So Terence Crawford just beat Canelo Alvarez. That was pretty unexpected. I mean, I thought he had a chance of winning, and I also thought the fight was going to be a lot more competitive, but I still thought that, Canelo Alvarez was going to win. Not necessarily that I thought Canelo was better technically, which obviously that kind of got proven to not be true at all, but I thought the fact that, he was coming up 2 weight classes to fight Canelo. Canelo had been pretty good against everybody in that weight class. Obviously, he kind of declined a bit after losing to Dimitri Bivol. But also, we can't act like Terence Crawford didn't look bad in his last fight where he went up like 1 weight class. I think he won like a split or majority decision. Really competitive fight. Not a good look. So, you can't really blame people for picking Canelo Alvarez to win that fight. I think he was like I don't think he was a massive favorite, but I think he was at least a decent favorite. But no, Terence Crawford, I mean, he made it look easy, in my opinion. I know some people are trying to cope and say, oh, it was pretty competitive. There were competitive moments. It was not a competitive fight. I think Terence Crawford, honestly, might have showed that Canelo Alvarez isn't this, like, super dominant fighter. At least not as dominant as we thought. He's still good, and I don't like to now go into this thing where you now start to discredit Canelo Alvarez, because then it takes away from Terrence's win. But there's, like, levels in this game, and I think Terence Crawford proved that he's just that much better. And the real question is, like, where would you put Terence Crawford on a GOAT conversation? Honestly, considering he's now a 3-time undisputed champion in 3 different weight classes, first to do that, I think you could definitely argue him in, like, the top 10 at least, like, to start there. I'm not as knowledgeable in boxing to really give you, like, a top 10 list, because then you'd be going all through this way more weight classes than in, like, MMA. It's not a promotion based to where I can kind of say, like, it's the UFC that's where it all is. So it's a bit hard to do that, but honestly, I don't think you would get much pushback if you said he was top 10, considering this win over Terence Crawford. All the stuff he did in the other weight classes, the Errol Spence win. I think he's 42-0 right now. He's about to be 38 this month, so he's doing this all really impressively. Still time. Obviously, he might still fight again, a couple more fights. Depending on how those go would also kind of dictate it. Like, if he loses his next fight, that might cause some problems, but he still would be one of the greatest of all time no matter what. Honestly, I think he should retire, not because I think he looked bad, just because I don't know really what else he's going to do. I mean, he might be crazy enough to try and go up another weight class and fight Dimitri Bivol. If he does that, and if he beats him top 5 at least, obviously you could probably argue some other fighters, but, like, I mean, who are you going to put against him? Like, that's honestly my thoughts, but really that's all my thoughts on the fight. Love that it was on Netflix, though. I'm enjoying these fight cards being put on streaming services, except for the UFC on Paramount, boxing on Netflix. Fun to watch, really good. That's really it. Bye.